You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome to this week's episode of Be Humane on Pet Life Radio. We're coming at you today live from a Barnes & Noble store in Charlotte in the South Park area. This is our last stop for 2014 on the Animal Stars book tour. And I can tell you this book tour has been a whirlwind. We have met so many wonderful friends and fans and so many people who just love animals as much as we all do. So this week's episode is going to be devoted to the Animal Stars book and to all the special stories that we hear about animals in film and entertainment. So many positive messages as well. I'll be joined this week by my very special friends, Christina and Taylor Potter, who are some of the world's top animal trainers. You've seen their work in so many feature films, television commercials, and in series. And I tell you, when you hear their message to all of us about how we can build a better relationship with the animals at home, our own hero dogs and hero cats, we can learn so much. So friends, stay tuned. We'll be right back with the Potters, right back with some messaging around Animal Stars from the book tour, and share with you some special stories of friends that we met. Friends like Tyler, friends like Ricky, so many others. Thanks so much for tuning in this week to Be Humane on Pet Life Radio. This is Robin Gansert. We'll be right back after this brief message.
We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Pet Life Radio, the #1 pet radio network on the planet, joins forces with iHeartRadio to put the power of your pets in your pocket. Awesome! Download the iHeartRadio app and rock Pet Life Radio on your phone, on your tablet, on your Xbox, in your car. Pet talk, pet tunes, and fun pet times. Pet Life Radio and iHeartRadio. Positively Possum.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Happy holidays, everyone. This is Robin Gansert on Be Humane on Pet Life Radio. As we open, we have a very special show for you today. We're actually in Barnes & Noble in Charlotte in South Park Mall area, and we're here with the incredible trainers, Christina and Taylor Potter, who are here with Animal Star, beautiful Hudson, the star of Our Idiot Brother with Paul Rudd. Hudson, by the way, is giving me a big paw right now, a big handshake and lots of kisses. So this is going to be a fun radio interview. You know, friends, we have celebrated the launch of Animal Stars starting on the red carpet at Fox Movie Studios on September 25th. We have continued this tour throughout the country. So many of you have seen and visited and spent your evenings and your afternoons with us at Barnes & Noble stores around our great country. And we thank you for coming out and visiting with us and sharing your stories of the Animal Stars in your life. You know, I've had a great pleasure of traveling on this tour with Hudson, this beautiful golden retriever, with Crystal, the incredibly funny and amusing capuchin from Night at the Museum, and of course with Bonnie, the famous Shih Tzu from The 7 Psychopaths. You know, many of you asked, have I traveled with Kitty, the stars of Snakes on a Plane? And the answer is no. It's very hard to travel with an 18-foot Burmese python, thankfully. So those of you that have read the book, you know exactly what I'm talking about if you've read about Kitty. But this tour has meant so much in terms of outreach to kids and outreach to adults and outreach to so many folks who really wanted to learn more about their beloved Animal Stars. Christina, we're so thrilled to have you. I know that your story's on page 199 in the book. You give some very special messages. What has the Animal Stars tour meant to you?
It has meant a chance for us to connect with people directly, with animal lovers all over the country. People, not only animal lovers, movie lovers. It's not just about a book. It's about helping people, enriching people's lives, reading these beautiful tales, and maybe perhaps bringing out some new talent into the movie world of trainers. Maybe now whoever's reading the book, they're 10 years old, and this will inspire them to do some good with animals.
You know, that's exactly right. We had people of all ages messages coming out to these book events around the country, and so many of them asking, can their animal be an animal star, or how can I make the world better for animals? How can I train an animal and be an animal trainer when they grow up? Or even adults were asking that as well. How can I learn more? And this was, I think, a incredible opportunity for you to share your wisdom and your many experiences. Do you have one very special story that you'd like to share from the tour? One person that maybe touched your heart?
Well, it was very touching yesterday to be at High Point University here in North Carolina, because we met so many wonderful young people, our future really, and so many true animal lovers. And Taylor and I honestly believe that if you are an animal lover, if you have that much love in your heart, then you're going to be a better person, and the world needs more people like that.
You know, that was a beautiful event. It was a packed house at High Point University, and we're so grateful for President Nito Quabain for welcoming us to the campus and welcoming this message of compassion and hope, because while the book is about animals in film and entertainment, there's some underlying messages and meanings. There's over 85% of animals working in film and entertainment that have been rescued, such as Charlie, who plays Mr. Jinx in Meet the Fockers, is actually a rescue kitty. He was found on the streets in Canada wandering. He was brought into an animal shelter, and then the trainer found him there, Don Barkin, fell in love with him and said, I'm going to train you for the movies. You know, you and I both know that many cats don't make it out of shelters, but this kitty made it out of a shelter and became one of the top animal stars. So many stories like that, weren't there?
There were, Robin, and I'm glad you brought that up, because many dogs, the majority of dogs and cats and perhaps other exotic animals in the movie industry and media industry today do have a second chance at life because of these wonderful trainers and directors and people giving them a second life. We spoke to somebody just the other day who was telling us that she rescued this fantastic working dog from a shelter the day he was going to get put to sleep. And it was a scruffy-looking dog that you would think nobody would like. This dog was fantastic, and she gave him a second chance at life. And it's important to understand that we can do our part, and perhaps we can't take in an animal from a shelter, but we can do our part in even just buying a book like Animal Stars, in which every time you buy a book, you know you're helping them and probably saving a life of these animals, because the proceeds go to animal rescues and animals that need our help.
You know, that's a wonderful message, too, particularly as folks are getting ready to go and do their shopping list. Thanksgiving and Christmas is a big holiday time for gift giving, and Hanukkah, all of the wonderful holiday and family traditions of gift giving during the season. The purchase of Animal Stars, behind the scenes with your favorite animal actors, all proceeds go to the life-saving and life-affirming work of American Humane Association, and that's a very, very special message. Well, I'd like to ask your husband, who's been your partner in animal training all of these years, you know, who is your favorite animal star? You have worked with many that you have trained. Who's been your favorite? And Hudson's ears are closed.
Well, I'd have to go with Hudson. Mm-hmm. His dad got us started in the business, and he was fabulous. And he also worked on Already a Brother with Hudson, but Hudson's fabulous. He is a lot of energy, but we know how to channel it into working with the media, and he just absolutely, once he gets switched on, he's amazing to work with. And the fact that we are able to use positive reinforcement and keep him happy keeps us happy and pretty much keeps everybody happy.
Well, you know, you talked about positive reinforcement, and you have been testimonies of that to so many people who are looking for ways to interact with their animals. And your message of positive reinforcement, positive training, I think for some who have been shown other methods were rather surprised. It was wonderful because American Humane Association has always stood by positive reinforcement training methods, just like Victoria Stilwell has also, you know, really been a leader in. So thank you for sharing with the world about the importance of positive reinforcement.
And I think also, Robin, animal lovers and the general public will find a lot of fantastic tips in the Animal Stars book on training, not even just for their animals to become stars, but just for daily life. And the main reason animals end up in shelters is for temperament issues. But if we give them these easy tools to help make them better members of society, I think a lot of animals will be able to remain with us. And I can tell you that Taylor and I will be sending this book out to a lot of our friends for Christmas. They're fantastic stocking stuffers. They're fantastic. And you just let people know I'm thinking about you, but I'm also thinking about all the great animals we need to save.
Well, with that beautiful message, friends, we're going to take a brief break. We'll be right back with you with Animal Stars live from Charlotte, North Carolina in just a few minutes.
Sit. today. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
It's designerpetsweaters.com, the latest fashion trends for our furry friends. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. Beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered Tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit designerpetsweaters.com to order your four-legged fashions today. Your pets will stay warm for the winter and be runway ready. Large or small, we fit them all. designerpetsweaters.com.
Hi, this is Tim Link, animal communicator and pet expert and host of Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. Have you ever wanted to know what your pet is really thinking? Do you want to find out if they truly understand what you're trying to tell them? Ever wish you could build a better understanding and closer relationship with your pet? Well, now you can. Learning to Communicate with Animals is a 4-part on-demand workshop. In the workshop, you'll learn the essential techniques that are necessary to communicate with animals, including what is animal communication, breathing correctly to achieve the perfect state to communicate with your animals at a deeper level, using guided meditation exercises and method to communicate with animals, and how to send and receive information from your animals. So if you're wanting to learn how to communicate and connect with your animals at a deeper level, visit petliferadio.com/workshop and purchase and download Learning to Communicate with Animals. You'll be glad you did.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's All Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. All Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
This is Robin Gansert on Be Humane on Pet Life Radio. Welcome back. This week's segment is about animal stars as we wrap up our national book tour where we've been all around the country celebrating these incredible animals who we've fallen in love with in film and entertainment. I'm here live from a Barnes & Noble store in South Park in Charlotte, North Carolina as we wrap up our last stop for the season. I'm here with animal star Hudson, so you hear lots of wonderful activity with Hudson in the background here. He's such a special animal star, so friendly, so loving. He's been such a joy to be with over the past few months on our tour. Well, we wanted to share some special memories from this tour. And I wanted to give a shout out to Nathan. Nathan is a veteran of our Army in this country, and he served in the War on Terror. Nathan came back with such incredible invisible wounds, the invisible wounds of PTS. And Nathan came to our book event in Boston, Massachusetts. So if Nathan's listening today, hello, Nathan. Cheers to you, my friend. And Nathan shared his stories about how he wanted to get engaged with having an animal friend in his life. And he got to spend time with Hudson. He got to spend time with Stella, our therapy dog winner from 2012 Hero Dog Awards. And he had a great afternoon with us. He wrote me such a beautiful and moving letter, listeners, really saying that he learned so much from our time together and importantly from the Animal Stars book about how he could train an animal, work with an animal, and bring an animal into his home. And he really was looking forward to a chance to have healing by having an animal in his life as he faces these invisible wounds of PTS. So a big shout out to my friend Nathan from Boston, Massachusetts, who we met on this wonderful book tour. I'd like to ask Christina, who touched your heart on this book tour?
Well, there was a little boy we met named Tyler who said he wanted to be an animal trainer as well. And I think any time that your child is focused in something, you should encourage that, especially when it's something as kind-hearted as this. And I think if all it takes is going to these book tours and meeting animals who are in the industry, it's a fantastic way to start. And again, I have to go back to the fact that it all starts with just very easy training tips. It's not about spending 5 hours a day training training your dog or your cat or your chinchilla. It's about a few minutes every day, consistency, kindness. Those are the key words you have to keep in mind. And the little tips you'll find from all of us in Animal Stars are fantastic. One of the trainers I know said that you need to, well, my words are you need to set a dog up, a cat up to succeed. And with the tips I think you will find in Animal Stars, Tyler and every little boy and little girl out there listening will be able to have a successful career in whatever they want to do.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And Tyler from Kansas City, Ricky from Houston, Texas, very special young men coming out to learn more about animals in their lives. Tyler brought his granddaddy, who also loves Shih Tzu. He's got to spend an afternoon and evening with Bonnie the Shih Tzu from the 7 Psychopaths. That was a really special time for all of us. Special shout out to the schools we went to along the way, the schools where we were able to meet with students, talk to them about what it is to be an author, and importantly about what it is to live a life dedicated to making the world a better place for animals. Some of the funny stories in Animal Stars, because it's a book that brings a couple of tears to your eyes, but a lot of laughter. I joked at the very opening of the show about traveling with Kitty from Snakes on a Plane. Those of you listeners, did you ever see Snakes on a Plane? Rather horrific. Always a traveler's nightmare of having a snake pop out of somewhere on an airplane. Well, let me tell you that all snakes were fine and safe in the filming of that production. In fact, the snake scenes were filmed separately of the human scenes. I asked Jules Sylvester, the leading reptile trainer in Hollywood, I said, how did you get Kitty to do those incredible scenes, those scary scenes on Snakes on a Plane? Of course, I think any 18-foot Burmese python can be scary just sitting there, but how did you get those scenes to happen? And of course, it's movie magic, computer-generated imagery. But also, he said, Robin, you keep those humans far, far away. And that's a very good lesson for all of us. And certainly Kitty was safe in filming Snakes on a Plane. And you also have the funny story of Casey the bear. And this is one where people of all ages would crack up on. Casey the bear was a diva, as a diva animal star. Hudson's not. Hudson's right here with me right now. Hudson's not a diva. He just loves a lot of hugs and a lot of cheese. That's what is the key to Hudson's heart is cheese. He does so many great tricks for cheese. But I tell you what is so great is the incredible story of Casey. He would only work for a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken original recipe. So when I think about Casey the bear, I think about KFC original recipe. As humans that worked on productions with Casey, some of them thought they could trick the bear, and they would actually go out and get other brands of fried chicken. But listeners, it wouldn't work. Humans were not smarter than the average bear, and I can tell you that bear would only work for KFC original recipe. So one of those funny, humorous stories that you learn about from Animal Stars. Well, we're here with Hudson, and I think all of our listeners want to hear something special from Hudson. Do we have a special message today from Hudson, our animal star? Yes, that's Hudson saying he had a great time on the Animal Stars tour. Hudson, any other final words? Absolutely. We'll do Animal Stars 2 in a couple years. Absolutely, we will. We'll go and do the next round of your career, my friend. Well, everyone listening on the phone, special thanks to the Potters who've been on this tour with us. Claire Dore, who was the trainer of Bonnie and the 7 Psychopaths, was a terrific partner with us, animal trainer on this tour. Tom Gunderson with Crystal the Capuchin was also on this tour with us. Special thanks to all of you incredible animal trainers. You make it look easy for the rest of us out there, but the lessons that I have learned on this trip, which has been so important to share, is that it's all about the power of the bond, the love and the trust that we build in our relationships with our animals. Mark Harden, one of the world's top trainers, said, whenever I work with my animals, I have to be my best self. And those, my friends, lessons that we can all take when we're trying to live a life that is indeed humane. I'd like to ask for final words from the Potters from our book tour for Animal Stars.
I'd like to say thank you to American Humane and your safety reps for keeping our animals safe on set. It gives us one less thing to worry about when we're worrying about so many.
Yeah, it's been an incredible adventure. We've enjoyed the travel and meeting all the people and cheering our amazing star, Hudson.
Well, I have loved getting to know Hudson. In fact, he's getting ready for his last event. We have folks coming right now. So thank you all for listening. This is Robin Ganzert coming at you live from the Animal Stars book tour. Thank you all for tuning in. Look forward to speaking with you next week on our weekly radio show, Be Humane with Dr. Robin Gansert on Pet Life Radio. Please remember this week and every week to be humane.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.